Welcome to Voices from the Bench, a dental laboratory podcast. Send us an email at info@voicesfromthebench.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Greetings and welcome to episode 264 of Voices from the Bench. My name is Elvis.
And my name is Barbara.
What's happening, Barb? How are you?
Very busy.
Very busy, yeah.
But you already know that.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're not busy, it'd be even weirder.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But I'm usually busy, but this week, it's like my numbers have doubled all of a sudden. And it's like you barely get up as it is. And it's just been rough. But it's Friday. I know this is released Monday, but it's Friday. And so I'm just looking forward to having a little bit of downtime.
Yeah?
How are you?
Guess what?
What?
I'm wearing shorts for the first time this year.
Really? That's funny. That's funny that you even have to tell me that.
Oh, it's like an epic thing here. In Indiana, when it gets above 60, the whole state puts on shorts and goes outside.
That's awesome.
And we squint and our skin goes, ah!
What is that? Is that the sun? That's great.
And then early next week, high in the 40s. So, yay.
Changes that fast, huh?
It really does. They say you can have all 4 seasons every day here in Indiana.
That's what's happening this week.
Well, we got a jam-packed episode.
Oh, yeah.
We are back with more conversations from the Ivoclar Ballroom when we were recording at LMT Lab Day Chicago. You know, last week we had one guest, but now's the time when we start packing them in.
Yes, I know it.
And this week we bring 3 great conversations to this episode. First up is the Chief Marketing Officer for Ivoclar, Patric Frank.
Yeah.
Patric comes all the way from Ivoclar's headquarters in Liechtenstein, and he sits down to talk about his journey from consumable electronics into dental. It's an interesting story on how he found Ivoclar, and it's really cool how it's important to him and the company that they care about the people.
Yeah, I love that.
It's so nice.
Yep.
As he's in Chicago for the 100th year anniversary, Patric also talks about the excitement of being back to almost pre-COVID attendance. It seemed like it was more.
Heck yeah, it was amazing.
And the killer Thursday night party that Ivoclar threw in their ballroom.
That was more amazing.
Yeah.
Ivoclar knows how to take care of their people, their employees, and their customers.
And their favorite podcast.
Yep, true that.
Then we had a great conversation with Jessica Mashewske. And if I got that wrong, she'll correct me later.
Yep.
She joins us to talk about her path from a big box dental office to running a small DSO lab in the New York area. Jessica talks about the training and the growth before realizing her talents can be used in a more appreciative environment. So partnering up with a dentist that owns 7 practices, Jessica built out an old hair salon to turn it into a growing lab. It's an awesome story of success. And then we wrap up this week's episode talking to one of our favorite married lab owners.
You know it.
And a tradition that we are always happy to continue. It's Randi and Scott James. They own Renstrom Dental Studios up in Minnesota. Last year they talked about major growth and starting to think about needing a new building. But this year they are in the middle of building out their new lab home. Randi and Scott talk about all the fun it is to take a medical office building and turn it into their dream dental lab. Using an architect and also their staff, they hope to move in a bigger and better They hope to move into a bigger and better They hope to move into a bigger and better lab in just a few short weeks.
You got to put that on there. Oh, that's fun.
So join us as we chat with Patric Frank, Jessica Jessica, and Randi and Scott James. If efficiency and performance are what you are looking for in a compact milling system, then the Program Mill Dry from Ivoclar is the right choice for you.
Produce precise zirconium oxide crowns and bridges plus a range of PMMA materials, including the innovative iVotion material for the digital production of complete dentures.
Ivoclar provides white glove delivery service, training, choice of service contracts, and their outstanding after-sales service and support, which we all know is super important.
Contact your friendly Ivoclar sales representative today for lucrative promotions and to create a digital solution that's right for you.
And as always, we appreciate your support of the podcast, Ivoclar.
Hey, it's Candulor from Switzerland. We have been designing teeth since 1936. Successful tooth design knows only one benchmark: your own standards and those of your patients. Discover our tooth line PhysioSet TCR with new 18 anterior molds, manufactured specially for the US market and your daily work at your bench. If you are looking for new options in removable, get to know us at candulor.com and find out more. You will be supported and supplied by our authorized dealer, Edmunds Dental Supply. Candulor. High-end only.
Voices from the Bench. The interview. What's your last name? Frank?
Yeah,
I
I
love
got
it.
two first names. So
I
that's
love
not
it, though.
ideal.
I can say
Just
it.
make sure that he can say it.
I can say
Oh,
it.
that's easy. He sometimes struggles with names a little bit.
Well, here we are, the Ivoclar Ballroom,
Dun,
LMT
dun, dun.
Lab Day, Chicago, 2023. We actually have somebody from Ivoclar with us.
So excited.
Patric Frank, how are you, sir?
I'm great, and you pronounce my name like an expert, like a pro.
Yeah.
That
Thank you
doesn't
so
happen
much.
very
Yes.
often, okay? Just
Really?
saying. He
So there's
struggles
two
with
things I
names.
want to cover real quick. What's your title here at Ivoclar?
That doesn't matter because we had a great speech from a guy yesterday. He said it's heart first and title second.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
my
I
heart
love
is big
that.
because I love the industry, I love the people, I love what you're doing. And my title, if you need it for the record, is Chief Marketing Officer. But again, heart first, title
I
second.
love it. I
And
love
it's amazing because it talks about people, not about titles, right?
Second
You should be
question, where are
people.
you from? Is Patrick without the K normal? First time I've ever seen
So my
this.
parents thought that's super exclusive. It's actually
Oh.
the English way of Patrick. With
Is it?
CK would be French, and C only is Patrick. That's English.
Yeah.
That's
My
what
ex
they told
is
me.
named Patrick, so I
Oh.
just do without
Oh.
the Patrick.
But it was CK, right? Not a C.
Yeah, it was CK.
See, there you
Yeah.
go. Big difference.
Yep.
Big
Big
difference.
Totally.
difference. Not
So
the
where are
same.
you from?
I'm German originally.
Okay.
How do you not know that? Just asking.
I don't know. There's.
He sounds German. He,
does-
looks
well,
German.
I wanted to be polite.
It's Elvis.
I prefer it your way because if I don't have a too big of a German accent, I think that's better, right? So
Yeah.
no, from Germany, lived in the UK for a while, lived in San Francisco twice, and I loved it. Loved the Bay
Why
Area.
twice?
Two different jobs.
Okay.
They sent me
Got it.
home in between, and then I came again because I just loved it so much.
Is it all
Yeah.
dental?
No, that's my first 4 years now in dental. It was consumer electronics before.
Consumer electronics,
Yes.
like what? Like
Sona-
tablets and
Sonars, Beats
Oh.
headphones,
Oh, yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh, the fun stuff.
It was, you know,
You've got that
you,
brain.
you say that, but
Uh-oh.
this matters.
Yeah.
Dental matters to people. We improve their quality of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different game.
I'm a ceramist
yeah, there you go.
by
so you know
nature,
what,
so I
yes, there you go.
totally get that
No, no.
emotional part of it. I love it.
I used to be selling, marketing the real cool shit, but this really matters. That's why I never want to leave dental again. It's
Yeah.
just a way different game, right?
Yeah.
You have an impact on people's life.
So where are you out of now? Did I miss
I live
that?
in Liechtenstein.
You're all the way from Liechtenstein,
Yes,
so you're
that's
here
my-
celebrating the 100 years?
Yeah, that's why we're here.
That's
Exactly.
fantastic.
Yeah, 100 years, Ivoclar, family-owned business, so
Yeah.
that's pretty special.
Yep.
Is it still
Yeah.
the same family?
It's still the same family.
Over
yeah.
100 years?
Yes.
What's the family?
What is that name?
Mr. Ivoclar?
No.
Officially, yes. No, it's a seller family.
Seller?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
interesting.
Yes, and it's been a family business for 100 years.
I had
and
no idea.
100 years.
I read an
That is
article
so
just
great.
recently that only 0.5% of all American companies make the 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's hard enough. It's a family-owned business because
Yep.
families argue, they disappear for a while, and they come back again. But
Mm-hmm.
being the business, a family business for 100 years, I think that's pretty special.
Well, what's amazing is this year, two other companies reached 100 years. Disney?
Yeah.
Okay, then three. So Disney, Harley Davidson,
Oh, really?
and Warner
Of
Brothers.
course.
So
Oh,
all-
Warner
Just
Brothers.
think how
That's
iconic
amazing.
those
Yeah.
names are. And now you have Ivoclar in that
All
same
great
group.
brands.
Yeah. And you know what I love about it is that us dental technicians are a family business as well. Like my father started our lab.
Oh, wow.
I'm a technician. My son's a technician. And so it's very similar to
legacy.
what the family,
Great.
And that's Ivoclar as well. So I love that.
Yeah.
So when they brought you on to Ivoclar, you say about how long ago?
4 years ago. Actually, more or less to the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was my first show.
Celebrating the
meetings.
96 year?
Exactly. It wasn't so much about me. It was more about like being in Chicago. So my first real meetings were in Chicago 2019.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
So right after they hired you, they flew you all the way out here to Chicago?
Yeah.
Wow.
At the
That's
start of February,
fantastic.
right? Yeah.
So what is your role? I know what your role is, but like what is your day-to-day? Like what do you get into every day? How do you...
So what I learned from my boss is if you're keeping climbing the ladder, you're dealing more and more with problems. So that's my job is really solving problems for my team. But I think my most important job is leading a great team.
Yeah.
I've got great people around me. I'm not so much involved in the day-to-day because I've got way better people.
Yeah.
I'm responsible for all the way from marketing the product to doing all the marketing communication. So I can't be an expert in everything, right? That's why a great team is there.
Yep.
Couple are here, and just working with those guys and helping those guys to become a better version of themselves. I think that's my job.
You know, I've heard that a lot this weekend so
Really?
far
Good.
about how
Must be
leadership
the
and
Ivoclar
all about
experience here.
people and just taking care of people, and that is just so, I think, amazing and important. So, what are you marketing at this Chicago meeting? Tell me what your brand new something is that you're launching. Give us the
number one focus is 100 years because that's
Awesome.
marketing is telling stories, and that's the biggest story we have, and it's not even a story, it's the truth, right? So the 100 years is the most special. Yes, they're new products. There will always be new products. I think the biggest news or story is that we realized that innovation, which is the DNA of Ivoclar's innovation, is not just the product anymore. There's way more. There's service, there's education. We hear from our customers more and more that it's so hard to find good people, train them and keep them, motivate them. So rather than putting all the efforts on developing the next filling material, next block, which we still do, it's important, is also putting energy in helping our customers with education, service, etc., right? Because the whole package matters, right? I think that's the big news. It's probably not even news, but doing this in a more focused approach than just investing in chemistry, which, again, will remain important.
Yep.
But the overall package, I think that's what really makes the life of our customers easier, right?
And
so
I
what does that mean?
understand that,
More meetings at shows, or actually going to labs, or
connecting,
online content,
connecting.
or
It's probably all of that. I
all
think
the above, huh?
There's a theory called design research, which you don't just talk to your customers, you observe them.
Oh.
Because sometimes not even a customer knows what he's not seeing because he's been so used to what he's doing. Like if you're a lab technician, you've done this all the time. You've been taught by your father and you teach this onwards, right? So observing and see, hey, that's where this person has a problem. Let's help him or her there. Like we found out that really pure observation that there's one job everybody hates at the lab or the dentist, and that's when the boss comes in on Friday afternoon, you're just about to finish your shift and says, hey, by the way, we need to do an inventory count because we don't know how much material we have left. And on Monday, I need to do the order. And who likes that, right?
Who does
it's like,
that?
you got to go to storage. Oh,
Yeah.
so much of these colors, so much of these colors. So we actually invented an inventory system.
Wow.
So when the material comes in, the batch comes in, you just scan it, and it goes to the computer. There's a cupboard as well.
Yep.
Whenever the lab technician takes out a zirconia disc, the system knows. So
Takes it
they
off
just
and-
push a button, and they know, okay, I'm out of those 3 colors. Those colors are there. On the dentist side, the expiration date is important because usually they stock up the new stuff in front, so the old one stays behind.
Oh, yeah.
And then it expires, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
helping them there, that's as important
fantastic.
because it's also employee satisfaction. Because who likes to stay 2 hours longer on a Friday to count inventory in the storage room, right? No one likes that.
No.
So that's where we think we can help our customers way more than just with great products, which again, it will still a focus, but I think there's more now we have to offer.
But just like you said, it's a service.
Yeah,
it's
a service.
time.
Exactly.
It's time,
And
and
then-
it's so big.
Does that system handle all of Ivoclar products?
All of Ivoclar plus competition as well.
Oh,
so
no
it shouldn't be only Ivoclar. I
Yeah.
think it's what the customer wants to use is his choice or her choice. So let's support them there.
Yeah.
What is this system called?
Ivoclar inventory system.
Oh, nice.
Pretty straightforward.
That's pretty sweet. I think you can pronounce that as
Yeah,
well.
I
You
can.
want to give it a try?
Ivoclar
Inventory.
system.
Well
See,
done.
well done, well done.
Should get a beanie.
High five. Yes.
This running joke of me not pronouncing needs to end right
But
now.
no,
Barb.
There's story to
Okay,
that. There's a
all
story to
right.
that, right?
He can always take that out. So
oh, he's strong enough.
He's in charge.
Oh.
So how's the meeting going for you?
Amazing. We've been here in this kind of setup 2019,
Yep.
and then it was just a smaller set for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So being back with our customers and meeting them face to face, that's just amazing. So when I came into dental, as I said, 2019, my first show was Chicago. I thought, what's going on here?
Yeah, what
They're
did you think?
So I'm
You were
coming from CES, in Las Vegas, and people are just like, it's not the same. Like, this is a family. It's a big family. And again, families have disagreements. They argue.
Yep.
But it's a family. They stick together. And I think that's the very special thing about dental. They know each other, and they just stick together, right? So that was.
So you don't see this in the electronic industry?
For me personally, no way near that.
See it?
No, I think that's the special part about healthcare, dental. People are working in this industry. They want to give care. They want to help people, right? I think that's just something which is in you, and others don't have this or have other priorities. I think that's why this industry is so special, right?
And we share it amongst each other.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's people up on stage here in this ballroom that are competitors, but yet they're out there just telling us how they do it.
And we can get better by that, too, and learn and extrapolate all this information. And
exactly.
Like I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. It's like everybody's just so open to it, which I love.
Yeah. No, I think, then again, being back, we had our anniversary evening last night.
I went. Elvis
I was
went.
there.
We were there. Oh,
Who
it
chose
was
that
amazing.
band? That band was amazing.
They were pretty good, right?
Yes.
I mean, you can't go wrong with an 80s cover band because everybody knows the songs, but these people
they
were good.
Next level. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
You guys always do it up, though, right?
We've got a good team here locally, so
Yeah.
they do a great job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, there was also, we expected like 600 people.
Oh, it was standing room
and
only.
850 showed up.
Crazy,
So like
I know.
Yeah, when they told me
hats
it's
off to
invitation
you.
only, but the door was just open and people were following. I was like, this is not invitation only.
Yeah.
It's verbal invitation as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Peer-to-peer invitation.
When does your influencer corner, is that open now? Or
It's
is
going
that,
on now, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
David Rice was here. Dr. David Rice before.
Yeah, we talked to him on the podcast a
he's
couple
amazing.
weeks ago.
He's a
What a
cool guy.
wonderful person.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He handled some tough questions that
Yeah,
we gave him.
he can do it, I'm sure. Yeah, no.
Yep. So that's
Yeah.
really exciting. I'm sending everybody I know here. I'm like, you got to go to the Ivoclar and check this out.
Perfect.
Because they're just giving information and showing things, and it's pretty neat.
And
you've got a great lineup.
And that's, again, I think that's where I think, and it might be biased here a little,
A
where I
little.
think Ivoclar is different, but we really care for people, right?
Yeah.
That's
coming through.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Because
it really is.
Why did you choose to work for Ivoclar? If you have no teeth experience, you probably didn't know Ivoclar's impact into dentistry. Why did you choose them, or was it just like a job to you at first that you fell in love with?
a former colleague told me, you got to come to dental. I said, hey, come on, I'm doing all these cool gadget things, and I love that.
Yeah.
But dental is different. So I actually turned him down the first time.
No kidding. Yeah.
Second time, I said, hey, it's the right thing for you to do. I said, okay, I'll give it a try. So I went on 2 days with one of our sales guys on the road and just met
Like an Ivoclar
labs.
rep.
Yeah,
okay.
A rep, exactly. So I met a dentist and labs. And from this experience, how it's not a job they're doing. It's really like something they totally believe in, and they do it from the bottom of their heart.
Yeah.
So, okay, there's something different here. So, okay, I'll try. And then like half a year later, I don't want to leave dental anymore.
Yeah.
I really
You just
felt
know
it's different
Just
here,
took
right?
2 days on the road.
Yeah, I did the same thing with a colleague. I recommended her for a job in another country. And she said, but I've done all this great stuff. I said, yeah, but once you're inside, you'll realize it's different. And she confirmed this, and I was lucky because I hired her into that role and said, no, it's totally different. I never want to leave dental again, right? So, no, I think it's a very special industry, very special people. And I spoke to, like you said before, competitors last night, or partners, more partners.
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
also
yeah.
said, once you arrive in this industry, it's so hard to leave because of how people respect each other, treat each other, and how we help others, right?
You know what I find funny is I run into people here at Chicago. They tell me they retired 2 years ago.
Exactly.
What are you doing here? I come for the good times
Exactly.
and the people. And you're like,
Exactly.
yeah, that's so great.
Because you miss it. It's
Yeah,
like
you do. Yeah.
It's pretty
And again, we had like 2-3 tough years where we couldn't meet.
Yeah.
Like last night, 800 people in the same room.
Everybody was craving it,
Yeah.
though. It's
Yeah.
like you couldn't wait to get in front of
Exactly.
another person and have a face-to-face conversation and just
got
we
turned
were shut
sideways
down
to
for so
walk.
long. I know. I liked the glasses with the light bulb or with the ice cubes that
The
were going
flashing
up
one?
this.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. So what's planned for this weekend? What do you guys have going on other than, us and the influencer?
Couple of lectures here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you saw the one from Eddie before. like his intro was a Hollywood movie, like the Matrix one.
Oh, McLaren.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Like,
That
this
dude's
passion for their jobs.
Yeah.
Like, wow, what's going on? Like, I was blown away. I was okay, that's like,
his
and
brain
the level of
just goes-
detail is amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
So I think that's big. I think education, again, for our customers, education is a big deal. Different lectures, going to McCormick tomorrow. You see the
You're
dentist
going to
side.
McCormick
Yes,
as well?
yes. I haven't been. I was so focused here, so
Yeah.
tomorrow when I go to McCormick, we're offering a new bleaching solution. Don't want to brag too much about our products, but that's really different.
That's fine.
Because
What's
it's,
different about it?
Bleaching, if you buy it just on e-commerce, it's whitening your teeth. Ours is also helping you to desensitize your teeth because
Thank you.
Right?
Because every time you do that, you're like this all day long.
And it
I've done
hurts,
it once in my life, and I couldn't
I just
take
use
Try
it.
ours. It's different.
I use the
I couldn't
Crest
take it. I put it on there, and I felt
strips,
like
and they make
I
me
felt like I
crazy.
could feel the
Yeah.
air blowing on my teeth.
Yeah.
And it's
I was
not
like,
nice.
this is terrible. The thing sat in my fridge for
How
like
the heck
3
does
years.
that work?
So
though?
we've got a 3-step activation. You've got a preparation part, then you do the bleaching, and an aftercare part.
seal it.
Seal it and fluoride it, right? So it's really heal it, right? So
Wow,
that's
super
something
smart.
which is an interesting business, and we don't want to go on e-commerce and just sell it. It's Ivoclar, right? So we are the professional partner. So we talk to dentists, talk to dental assistants, and that's how we're selling. It's really only through the dentist, right? Our customer is the expert, the dental professional, and not the consumer. There's so much offerings out there. We want to do this right. We really care for what we do and make the people's lives easier, right? And
So I don't get it at Target. You got to go to a dentist.
Got to go to a dentist. He or she does the first treatment, and then you can continue doing it at home. But the first treatment is all with a dentist or
that's
dental
smart.
assistant.
Because so many people I know, the general public, they bleach when they really should be getting tooth care first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah. So it's good to have a dentist start the process.
They're
That's
the professional,
interesting.
right? You trust
Yeah.
them, so
Yep.
they've studied for that job,
That's
right?
great.
So we should trust
Sometimes
them.
I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I forget Ivoclar is even in the clinical space, just because we're so lab focused.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys do all the cements and everything,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And it's actually
Multi-link.
really balanced
Multi-link.
now, the business, right? And the one thing which we really want to focus on is being the connection between lab and dentist. They can only live in synergy to the most part, and we see ourselves as the connector, right?
Yeah.
So with software solutions, products, labs will be needed. I told you before, I just came back from K-Lab, and Stan Bergman spoke, and he again said,
yeah.
that I know there's a bit of a headwind coming to labs, but there's also a big potential because dentists, they also have trouble finding more staff. So they need good labs, reliable labs, efficient labs, but there's a good opportunity out there for labs as well, right?
Yeah.
Even today and in the future. So I think that's very ensuring that labs and dentists will be a synergy and will serve the patient together. And that's what we want to help with. Right?
And he's echoing
That's
what
awesome.
you said,
Yeah.
too, is that it's all about the people.
Yeah,
No matter how
exactly.
digital we go, we're always going to need that
People make
heart
the difference.
and that brain
Yeah.
and those technical abilities. So
Yeah.
Heart,
that's
no
great.
title. I love
Exactly.
it.
I know.
Exactly.
I love it, too.
From Germany, what similarities or differences do you see with in our industry in America compared to Germany?
Big difference is the healthcare system in Germany. You get your dental treatment paid full for the most part.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In the US, I think it depends on your insurance, and there's a lot of
much.
out of pocket, right?
And you
So
have to
that's
elect it mostly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a
true.
mess, is what we call
Yeah.
it over here.
that's a nice way to put it.
Non-existent.
Sure.
So that's a big difference. I think in terms of aesthetics, on both sides of the water, you love healthy teeth.
Yeah.
I think the US tends to have it a bit brighter. So
Yeah.
if you look at shapes,
That's true.
if I can say that.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you're right.
White. What
Yeah.
do they call it? Toilet bowl white.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
we like white.
So yeah, but that's okay because it's the people who choose, not us, right? As the industry, it's the
Yeah.
people who choose what
So
they
there are a
want.
lot of labs in Germany. Is it as strong
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
it is here?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely,
Is it that
absolutely.
same?
Isn't that where
Still
the
a big deal.
IDS is?
Yeah.
Well,
true.
yeah.
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 For a reason. Cologne in
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
weeks.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
Yeah, it's soon.
We
yeah.
were hoping we were going to go this year, but we didn't get
Yeah.
there.
You should come next time.
I want to.
We're doing
Yeah.
100 years celebration
Oh, I
this
bet
year.
you are.
So you're trained now for that.
At IDS, it's alcohol. They have beer, right?
It's
Don't
about the people,
you?
not about the booze.
Oh, okay. It's about people, and then you have a cocktail.
Having a good time.
How about that?
Socializing, right? I
Yeah.
think that's the correct term.
So how big of a ball is Ivoclar going to have there? I've never
Huge.
been, but is it bigger than this room?
It's very different. So that's another difference between US and Germany. For any industry, they have it's more like McCormick style.
Okay.
Big convention hall
Oh,
and different
nice.
booths there.
Yeah.
Nothing in the hotels.
Yeah.
So that's very American.
Interesting.
really?
Yeah, for any
Yeah.
industry. In
It's
my
all
experience.
just convention center.
It's all convention center. There's some evening events. We have dedicated location next to the convention center, which is like a ballroom. It's right on River Rhine. There's the Rhine Terrace. You sit outside, have a drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, whatever you prefer.
Oh, I don't.
And then
drink.
it's just on the River Rhine, and the boats are coming by. That's just beautiful scenery.
Oh, I bet.
But that's to socialize as well. We don't talk business. It's really just, again, this industry is about people, and they want to meet each other. Peer-to-peer is important for them, so they just want to be together with their colleagues, right?
That's great.
But the main room, is it like this?
So it's a hall, right? It's a major hall. It's double that size, our booth, and it's massive. It's industry partner next to industry partner.
Wow.
Yeah.
One
and there's also
days.
there's a stage where we do just live restorations. Wow. We have a coffee shop there with good coffee. So you should come.
Oh,
really.
I'm all about the coffee
I know.
shop.
We're
right?
technicians. I'm a coffee girl, too, so.
I think you can get away with all technicians probably drinking coffee.
Yeah, for sure.
At 3 p.m.
It's a tough job. You got to make sure you stay focused, right?
Well, good luck.
Yeah,
the rest
this
of the
is
meeting.
great.
Thank you for
I'll
sitting
see you
down
there.
with us.
It's only every 2 years IDS, so I'll see you 2025
we'll be there. Yeah,
We'll be there.
It'll be fun.
Look forward to
Yeah.
it.
We'll take you to Europe
Recording live
from IDS.
from IDS.
Oh, that sounds sexy.
But only in English.
Let's
'cause
train
it's the
there.
only
Let's
language I know.
Let's just say it's 2025 March. You're in Cologne. What will be your opening line? Can you put? And the city is called Köln. So that's a tough one for you.
Köln?
Köln. See, it's tough.
Kern?
Köln. It's an umlaut.
Like Kern?
No, K-O umlaut L-N.
Cologne.
Köln.
Köln.
Yeah, that was close.
I thought it was Cologne.
So that's the English term.
That's how we say it. Cologne.
Which
I've heard Cologne, but it's actually Köln.
So the German word is Köln.
Kern.
You're getting there.
I'm
We
getting
could do
there.
this.
2025, you'll have it. You'll be fine.
Live from Beep.
We'll do this in the post. That's okay.
Well, have a great meeting. Thank you.
Patric,
Thank you so
so
much.
much.
Thank you for
I
your time. That was a lot of
appreciate
fun.
Thanks.
Yeah,
All the
see?
best. Enjoy.
So
No, it was a lot of
easy.
fun.
We are still at the Ivoclar Grand Ballroom, Lab Day Chicago 2023. We welcome
Here we go. Take a deep breath.
Jessica. That part I got.
Yep.
Jessica's easy.
Why don't you
Mashewske.
Nope.
God,
You
you
say
even
it.
told me.
Mashewske.
Mashewske.
See,
Where's
when
that
we do
name
the
from?
intro, he's going to forget it.
What?
German.
Is it German?
German.
Oh.
Polish. Yep.
Polish?
Yep.
Yes. Yep. Polish. She's got an awesome Voices from the Bench, beautiful blue sweatshirt on.
I do.
Yeah.
And Jessica's been super great because we've been a little busy and we had to take a break. So thank you for letting us take a break. And now here we go again.
So Jessica, tell us your story.
I am technician going on 7 years now.
7 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Removable, you said.
Removable. Yep. So I started at the front desk in an office, one of those chain corporate dentistry offices that has an in-house lab everywhere, and they were losing
Starts
their...
with an A.
Hey, now.
Ends
Yeah.
with a N.
They were losing their lab tech, and they were just like, oh, now we got to find another one. What are we going to do? You know, and I was like, well, where do you go to school to become a lab tech? Like, how do you even do that?
Yeah.
And they were like, well, we'll train you. What do you mean? Like, you're interested? I'm like, I went to college for graphic design. Like, I've been doing art, like hands-on, crafty, creative, all that kind of stuff. So I was interested. There was a couple other people, like, in the region that were also interested. So they did, like, a hands-on bench test. And they picked one of us, and then...
That was you.
And that
it was
you?
me. Yep. Made it into the training program. So I trained for like 10 months, like in an office with a dedicated technician. And then that doctor at the time owned 7 offices. So I got to float and train with other technicians. And I got really...
hella experience.
Tell
You
me
just
about the
get
test.
everywhere.
I'm curious. Like, you didn't know what you were doing.
No,
so what did
not
you
at
have
all.
to do when
Not
they
at all.
tested you?
So
and
they
then...
like handed me an impression, and like they were like, "This is how you mix up stone," and it was monkey see, monkey do. And the girl that was doing it, she showed me, and she's like, "Now you do it." And I'm like, oh, "Okay." So did that, and then I had to make a custom tray, make a bite rim.
Just right off the bat.
Right out. Like, she's like, watch this. So luckily they weren't looking for like any measurements at that point in time. Like, she didn't bust out the ruler and the 22 millimeters or anything like that. But
They just wanted to look at the hand-eye skill.
Hand-eye
Probably
skill.
Mostly hand, obviously.
Put me on the model trimmer right away.
If you don't lose a finger, you get to move
pretty
on.
Pretty much. And it was the same thing with the lathe and everything like that. After
If you don't lose another finger. stranger. We'll let you move on.
And that's what they were looking for, is just making sure I wasn't scared, or you know what I mean. They said the one girl that was doing it was like shaking and couldn't.
Some people,
and I get that.
It's kind of scary 100%. If you've never seen them.
I've done some interviews now and like had a couple people in to try to do the same type of thing, like a bench test, and they're like, "You want me to do what now?"
And
I'm
you had
like,
no fear.
No. So, no, it was great. I was very fortunate with my trainer. He'd been doing it for a long, long time, and then just floating through the region, just all that vast experience, because, you know, there's no right or wrong way, right? Like everybody puts their own little spin on it, and it was like, oh, I love what you're doing. I'm going to try to do that. And
so how many offices?
7.
So seven different technicians you got to learn from.
Actually, it was like 9, because there was like 2 that floated too at the time too.
Wow.
So
just 9 different technicians all gave you training.
Yep. And
that's
I just
amazing.
got to
you
pick
can't
and
get
pull
that anywhere.
What I wanted and what and what I didn't like. And then I kind of went out of the frying pan and into the fire, because after that 6 months where I graduated their training program, you're supposed to you're supposed to float for another 6 months, and they threw me right into an office. Wow. So next thing you know, like hit the bench running, literally.
So you're supposed to be an auxiliary for 6 months with another tech, but they're just like, you're by yourself.
Threw me right in, because they were dropping, like they were losing people left and right.
Yeah.
Like technicians are hard to come by, you
sure,
know, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, sink or swim, here
Doesn't
you go.
matter how big your organization is, they're still hard to find.
So you just dove right in and
right
went
into
for it, huh?
Yep. Went
How'd
right
that
into
first
it.
enter go?
Yeah.
we're not going to talk about that. But no, it was more like the sticker shock of like the volume that they were trying to push. And I'm like, you understand that I'm brand new here. And like my trainer took the time to teach working balanced occlusion and teaching like, we're not just going to, these are people's lives. This is what they wear. Like this matters. Like you're not just going to slap teeth together. Like
Big
that's not
time,
what we do.
Right.
And, you know,
and so you felt like you were kind of thrown into slapping teeth together.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, not on my watch. So I did what I had to do. And I always pushed, and I pushed back with the doctor, too, just always getting the best I could from them, because my trainer set that standard very, very
How did the
high.
doctors handle that? Do they respect that?
That's how I got moved out of my first office.
Oh, they did not respect that.
Actually, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. I had one, and
you weren't what? You were not fast enough, or what?
Yeah, we just butted heads.
Questioned everything.
And questioned everything. And there was one where I was out for a little while, and somebody else came in and had made a denture, and like it just needed to be remade. It was all kinds of wrong. There was nothing good about this denture. And I went to her and I was like, I really think we can do better. Like this patient deserves better. And we butted heads. And she was like, no, I'm not remaking that. And I'm just like, wow. And that was one of our last. We had kind of a lot of little incidents here and there. There was a couple times that I went up to her with a wax trying, and I'm trying to ask her a question and like trying to get her feedback and everything like that. And she's like, no, and would point her finger at me and stuff like that. It got interesting fast.
I can see that you wouldn't tolerate that very much.
So I
and
ended
lack
up,
of ethics.
Ended up calling, the regional like lab director, and I was like, you have got to get me out of this office and put me in another office now, or I'm just gonna be gone.
That's kind of cool though that they did.
And luckily,
most labs don't have that ability.
Yeah.
To be like, move around.
Well, I think that's because obviously they saw skill level and knew they couldn't lose you.
Got back to like my hometown, and by the way, this whole time I was driving an hour each way every day just to go to the offices.
So you moved to one that was closer?
I didn't move. I've never moved. I still live in the same.
I mean, you moved to another
office.
clinic that was closer.
When they switched me.
Nice.
Yep. So, and then I got to be in that office, and so we had 2 techs running in that office for like 3 to 4 months, and then.
You prefer working with somebody or by yourself?
By myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
I'm
that.
kind of a neat freak, and I'm like a little bit OCD, and I like my lab looks like a kitchen. I used to get the annual award for like the cleanest lab in the region because I'm like, some labs you go into and they're a little more lived in than what I like to work in.
Yeah. So true.
Oh, yeah.
But, I was there for like 3, 4, 5 months and got that phone call. Well, we got another office open. We need a technician in there. And I'm like, all right. So back to 45 minutes each way every day. But
I hope you got an increase, right?
Yeah, did they compensate you on that?
I mean, that's kind of
really?
No.
Did you have a choice, or were they kind of asking?
They were asking. I mean, I had a choice, but yeah. So ultimately, and then I was in that office for as long as I could. I actually stuck that one out, most of it, 3.5, 4 years or whatever.
Wow.
And then I got to the point where there was 1 month I finished 13th in the country out of the 900 and whatever offices that there were. Just like their metrics with how many units you're doing and how low my remakes were and all that kind of stuff. Wow. Yeah.
What number?
13th in the country.
Wow. Damn,
so
congratulations to you.
Wow.
So,
is that up against offices that have 2, or is it per tech?
It's per tech, I bet. Right?
Yeah, it's per tech.
That's
like they break it down with the offices that have like Malta 981 or something like that.
Damn,
986.
we're sitting with a rock star right now, you guys.
Yeah, but with some of them having multiple technicians, you're probably well over 1,000.
Yeah, and then I got a trainee at that point and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was teaching her, and then they refused to move me. They have like a tiered system, level 1, level 2, level 3, level. So they gave me the trainee and did all this stuff, and they weren't moving me up or giving me any kind of raise or anything like that. And I went to the MCD and I was like, so how about that raise? Like, look at the numbers I'm putting up. Like, I'm driving everywhere. Like, I've been at the same rate for a long time now. And he was like, no.
Really?
Yep. Told me he could give me some now, or he could wait because it was just at the beginning of the digital launch, and he could wait till I go to Chicago and do my digital training, and then he'd give me even more then when I got back because they were converting to digital dentures. And I was like, no, you can give me some now, and then you can also give me some more when I get back with my digital training because that's like a whole nother thing. And he was like, no. And
so that was
enough for me.
Time?
So I finally, I think I was there for 5.5, 6 years, whatever it was. And now I'm finally back I drive 20 minutes each way. I'm back in my local, like my hometown. So our practice is in Canandaigua, New York.
Where is that?
It's Finger Lakes region. So like Rochester.
Okay,
so you have
Rochester.
in New
Rochester.
York, right?
Yeah.
You have New York City down here. Then you have Buffalo, Syracuse.
Yeah, the upper corners.
Split them and go down a little bit. And I'm kind of right in there where all the lakes are in the middle.
Okay.
So
it's kind of the middle of the state, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yeah.
So
are you
pretty
still
much
with,
like,
are you with Aspen still?
No.
We haven't said where.
Oh,
it
yeah,
is.
we didn't say.
Well, you're going to take that out, too. I had a really great morning. There was nothing that we had to change. And then I got involved with my children, and my head's all f***ed up. You're going to delete this whole segment. Okay.
So, no, I'm at Finger Lakes Dental Care now. So, Jason Tenori,
great.
He's been in practice for 20 years, and he decided he wants the best lab that he can have. So
he's a GP?
He is. He has 7 offices. We have like 9 doctors working for us now. And then he also started the lab, too. So we have Finger Lakes Dental Care, LLC, and then we have Finger Lakes Dental Lab,
so
LLC.
It's separate.
Wow. So it's a separate.
And it does work for outside the.
Just his doctors.
His,
and
but that's enough.
So it's like in-house, but it's not. So it's great because I have a really close, like, personal relationship with my doctors.
Yep.
Eventually he wants to open it up to outside. But I got to get some more people before we can do that.
Yeah.
Because I have all I can do to keep up with, like, the dentures and stuff.
Are you by yourself right now?
So I have 2 other girls with me.
Okay, good.
So, yeah.
So what do they do? Set everything up for you? Or are you all doing similar? Or
well,
what?
I'm the removables. My other girl, she's phenomenal. She does all the crown and bridge. So we have a mill.
Wow.
She does all the staining, glazing, crown and bridge. And then she also is in the offices, and she's more chair side. So she does a lot of wash impressions and all the hard relines and stuff.
Nice.
And then the other girl that works with me does like all the retainers and all the night guards and all the 3D printing for the crowns.
You guys are
and
a
all.
full service lab.
Yeah, pretty much everything but metal. We don't get into like metal frameworks or bars or anything. I have to outsource all those, so I use some local labs and stuff to do that. And then I set all the dentures, and it's great. So we were in a little closet in the main office for quite a while, and then we actually in October he just bought us a building, so we moved into like a former hair salon. So we went from working at a bench about this long, elbow to elbow every single day, the 3 of us, to now we have I took like the hair stations and left those and took the mirrors down, and I put up like plastic board and ran gas lines and they already had, each was on like their own circuit breaker. It was great. Threw a lathe on there. I have 5 full denture workstations now. We have
You did all this I mean,
my boyfriend and I did all the
really?
construction and everything too.
Wow.
That's pretty
Ordered
sweet,
everything.
though.
Like
Yeah.
I was on the phone with Vanneman. I got all the suction units, and we ran all the PECs ourselves for the airlines and everything like that.
that's quite trusting.
Yeah.
Of the doctor of you to like do all that.
He didn't even see the building. Like, so my stepdad was a real estate agent, and we were looking around, and when I saw this one, I was like, that's it. Like, it's going to work perfect. I can kind of shoehorn us in there perfect without,
You just
like,
trust
a lot
your
of...
judgment?
Yeah, I
Heck
told him, I'm
yeah,
like, that's
look
the
at
one I
her.
want. He bought it sight unseen. So I was like...
That's
I will,
trust.
right? Like,
High
I will
five.
take this, right?
That is
Do that again.
unbelievable.
I know, we missed this.
That's
That was
cool.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you'll probably be there for quite a while, huh? Because
Yeah,
he's investing in
He
you
did,
and
too.
listening to
So-
you.
And I have never, like, I'm just blessed. Like, I have never worked with a doctor that just sees every side of it. Like, he hears out the lab, like, he believes in me. He believes in what we can do. If I have any issues or if I need help with anything, like, clinically, he's, like, taking it back to the offices, taking it back to the doctors. And he's just really on board, and he
well,
just
he
wants...
knows that his success is, your success, and you're helping him be successful. That's
Unbelievable.
He's definitely one of the ones. He's one of the good ones, guys. He's one of the ones that wants the best for the patient. Like all of our offices it's like no other dental office I've ever worked in,
And it's crazy when you look at your history and all the places that you've been. You know what a bad dentist is.
I sure do.
Having to like go.
I sure
and
do.
so when you land on
Yep.
that, you'll probably be
And
there
it's great.
forever.
We're doing like a little bit of everything. We're doing some denture conversions. We got some all-on X's going on.
Oh,
I
yeah?
have lots of different. We've got everything from doctors fresh out of University of Buffalo, like fresh out, and then we've got doctors like him and Dr. Cammie. She's one of my favorites. She's doing all-on X's. We do conversions, stuff like that.
They placing implants themselves
yeah.
and everything?
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
We do have an oral surgeon that comes into our office twice a week, like our multiple offices
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But almost all of my doctors do their own extractions.
Yeah.
Half of them are placing their own implants, stuff
Nice.
like that. So
Do you get to treatment plan with them, or is it always after the fact?
we're getting a lot better about that. So
Yeah.
a lot of it was like after the fact. Now we're getting into surgical guides and stuff like that. So we're talking. Like,
Yeah, you're a part of that.
trying
Great.
to go more prosthetically driven, like
love
implant
it.
restorations, and not like what in the
Yeah.
actual heck is that angle over there?
You want me to
Holy
what with-
divergence, Batman! Like, So we're doing a lot of surgical guides and stuff for them too, and it's great.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're killing it.
Yeah, really trying to.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming by.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks
It's a
for having
great
me.
story.
Thank you for the support and
Yeah.
sporting the Voices sweatshirt and coming
I love
by
what
and
you guys are
waiting
doing, and it's great to be here at Lab Day. Like I said, I've never been here, and it's kind of overwhelming, but it's like fantastic at the
Are you
same
by
time.
yourself?
I got the one girl that works
Oh,
with me.
good.
She's floating
Okay.
around taking some classes
Yeah, I
and
was gonna
stuff too.
say.
But I'm a little bit more of a geek than she is. She doesn't really follow or get into all this like I do. Like I follow everybody
Yeah.
on Instagram and like I'm
So does
constantly
Elvis.
Yeah.
trying to like research, constantly trying to learn, like constantly trying to watch other people talk to. And most of the people that I've walked up to, like Elvis yesterday, or like Janelle, or all Mr. Awesome, all of them, I'm
man.
walking up to them like, oh hi, and they're like hi,
And they're
meeting
just
everybody.
so amazing,
great.
right? Except
It's
for
great.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Other
So
than him.
I love being able to meet everybody in person and like finally put that actual face and voice to everything, all the
Yeah.
Instagram exchanges
gotta live up
and
to the
everything
pictures
like
now.
that,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, we got some amazing up-and-comers right now. It's
Yeah.
just so much fun to be a dental tech. I love it.
I love it, and we're like a dying breed, and it's sad. And I love dentures. I love removables. Like I will do this as long as my hands are able. So
Agreed.
And long after.
like, probably,
Yeah.
probably. So
Well,
Awesome.
good luck to you.
thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Guys.
Appreciate it.
I'll sit there next to you.
Barb,
I
stand
don't
on
mind
I
the
look
chair.
really short either way.
Stand on the chair.
He's been funny today.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
never funny.
Randy and Scott.
Yay!
Yay!
Every
Hey!
year, Randy
Yes.
and Scott from Renstrom Dental. Is it Studio? Studio.
And you guys are sporting the shirts and the buttons.
I was very excited about
You
a shirt.
guys-
Damn good.
Thank
Just
you.
I
saying.
didn't even notice that.
So let's think. A couple weeks ago, I went back and listened to last year's episode because we talked to you every year at Lab Day.
Yep.
Yes.
You just bought a building.
We were
Last
just
year.
we were actually looking at one. We actually made the purchase at the very end of June of last year.
Oh, so you were just looking at it.
Correct.
Oh, I thought it was a done deal.
So you got it, though, right?
We got it. Closed at the end of June, and then we had a demo for about 3 months or whatever.
Did you do any of it?
So you just went in and moved it?
You know how many lab owners I hear? They're like, I laid tile for 6 months.
I would not do that either.
Why?
Not happening.
We haven't touched it.
I'm barely a man. I can't change my oil.
High five. That's me.
Yeah.
My wife's more the man than I am.
Yeah,
I get
That's
it.
funny, though.
Randy kills our
True.
spiders at the house still. So, our hopeful move-in date or completion of construction is mid-April.
Of this year?
Of this year.
Wow.
With a move-in hopefully last weekend in April.
So it's taken a whole year.
Yeah, there was some.
Is it like
hang ups and
state-of-the-art
stuff.
and super awesome? And,
I hope so.
Oh, I bet.
What was
right
the building
now,
before?
Yeah.
It was a medical facility. So it was a 20,000 square foot. Like, if you go to a
Doctor's
the
office.
doctor's office
Yeah.
and you have your appointment sort of a thing. It's one of those. So when we bought it, it was small operatory. And that's where we used to go do our,
Appointments.
appointments every year and things like that. So.
It was a building you used to go to as a doctor, then you're like, I'm going to buy this one day.
So how do you transition like that?
Well, I had, like me and my family, I had been going there as like a patient since high school. So we'd always
That's
see it. It
hilarious.
closed during COVID. And then we're like, oh, I wonder if this is ever actually going to go up for sale, because the buildings we saw were not great, the ones that the options out there.
Yeah.
And then one day there was a for sale sign, so it all worked out. But yeah, we're moving in April to May-ish. Right now, when you walk through, you can see where the walls are, but they aren't totally done or anything. So we have all these plans. The plans look all gorgeous, and it's like, okay, what's it actually going to look like when it comes to real life?
And how are you guys dealing with it? Are you getting along okay? Because I know how sometimes construction can be. Do you ever want? I see the face.
Well,
I'm looking
he's
at Randy's
definitely
face.
taken over the project. Like, he's the one who is dealing with them day to day, gets kind of the updates. I know sometimes there's issues that come up, and he kind of just takes it on, so I don't have to worry about it as much, which I'm very appreciative of.
Yeah.
But it's been a lot.
So who's picking the color scheme, the tile, the flooring, the
architect, honestly.
Oh, that's kind of
Did you
good.
hire
You need a
someone
little
to
help.
do everything?
Yeah.
Did they have dental lab background and understand what you needed? Or
So-
did you have to explain to them why you needed air at every seat?
So the construction company only does dental offices.
Oh,
So they at
so
least
they have a little bit of
so
knowledge.
They get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's great.
And then basically the architects that we work with, it was a big, hey, we were looking for like a modern cabin theme, if that's a thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. It
okay.
feels
Industrial.
good.
I like that.
It sounds good out of the mouth.
New wood? I don't know, yeah.
And so basically they're like, we get you. They do a lot of breweries and stuff. We kind of wanted to have that.
So they knew what the vibe was,
Yeah.
and they kind of just went with it, and then you just approved everything, and
Right.
there you go.
We don't know what we're looking for, what we're
Yeah,
doing, so
that's
we're just
hard.
like, this is your job. You do this, and we'll come in here when it's ready.
Yeah.
So how big is it, if you don't mind me asking?
20,000,
How many
right?
technicians? So are you going to add people as you do, or are you just going to bring everybody over and then just see?
Right now,
Because, I mean, we all build to grow, right?
there's
So-
definitely space to grow, but we're not actively looking to, fill all the spots.
Until-
We
You
just want it
hired
to
like
happen.
50 people last year. or something,
Yes,
didn't you?
and everyone needs more space right now. So, they're all looking forward to getting more space.
I
So we're
bet.
not looking to fill it right away. But if we do grow, there's room for growth in it.
Good for
But it
you
would be
guys.
nice to just kind of stay put for a while.
Yes.
I
Did
mean,
you
do you
work
have-
with the employees to find out what they wanted? Like
Absolutely.
get feedback? I mean,
Yeah, we brought them in by departments, and so it was basically like, how would you lay out yours?
Yeah.
What did you always want to have? Like the model room
High
wanted
five.
to, the model room always
Yeah.
wanted
So
to have
cool.
stainless steel countertops because it's a lot
Wow.
easier to clean. So
Yeah.
oh, I can't pour a model, so it's like, hey, show me how to do this, whatever.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's super, super
They always
smart of
wanted
you
an
guys.
island just so they could all kind of stand around it together, and they're
have an
getting an
island.
island.
Yeah,
So
an island.
yeah.
So when you move, I'm sure this is
That's
probably
gonna
going to
be
be
a
the most
nightmare.
hectic and epic move. I mean, you got to move all that equipment.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think you're going to be down from production, or are you going to do it on a
weekend, right?
weekend?
we're shooting for 2
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
Like a long weekend.
I'll give
yeah.
you advice. When we did, because we did the same thing 20-some-odd years ago, and we had everybody responsible for their own workstations. and their ovens and, their personal stuff. And they just moved themselves. They knew where they were going. And so then your technicians are happy. And then all the other big stuff, that's a but getting them set up, I think, they just let them do it.
I think our goal is to be down on a Monday, Tuesday, so people can close up stuff on Thursday, Friday, drive it over, and then Monday, Tuesday we'll use 4 drivers and have them driving stuff back and forth and like plan an unpack team and a pack team and just basically shove stuff in the back of the car, drive it 15 minutes over there, pull it all out and go.
But you must need a moving company for some of this stuff, don't you? Some of those mills get
so
huge.
So that's what I was thinking. And so we have 2 on-staff service techs. So they're like, no, we'd rather put it in small vehicles.
You have 2 full-time people that just take care of equipment?
Yeah.
If something breaks, they're just there to fix it.
Smart because they're not going to have anything happen to their babies.
Yeah.
So they want them in smaller vehicles so that they don't rattle around as much.
That makes a lot of sense.
How far is the move?
15 minutes.
Distance-wise?
15 minutes about.
Oh, that's not too bad, yeah.
Super cool.
So how many employees are you up to now?
We're still around that 54-ish mark.
54.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's and you're going to be able to grow, so you can just imagine the possibilities. 50, that's a big size lab.
And we're very happy though with the numbers, everyone we have. I feel like we have a super strong team right now, so it's you don't want to rock the boat too much.
Yep.
We don't necessarily want to get any bigger, but we know what it feels like not having enough space, so.
What do you guys? Are you guys looking at any technology or anything?
They don't have any money.
Meeting?
They're building.
Yeah, that's our excuse for everything. We're building. We can't do it.
He's funny today.
Let's get a P7 while we're here. No, we have to build walls.
Exactly.
That new scanner from 3Shape, the F8.
Okay.
That thing looks
I haven't.
Absolutely sexy.
Yeah,
Sexy,
they went with the total.
word.
The open with the arm that moves. They went that route, and
it's got the 2. You can scan dual arches like you used to be able to with the 2000.
Oh yeah.
But then it's got the E capacity where you can put the whole articulator in there. If you guys have scanned it with the E, you have to hold it closed and hope that the bite doesn't open up and everything.
Yeah.
Then rotate it around and hold the other way. So now the camera actually moves around it. So you just put the articulator in and just hit.
How much is it, if I might ask?
Actually, they priced it pretty reasonably. I thought it was $25.
Oh, that's not bad.
They're giving a $5,000 trade-in for the.
Oh yeah, that's smart of them. That works well.
Yeah.
And then a Chicago discount. And
I don't think you can open a new lab without these things.
I don't think
so.
No.
Just roll
Why
that
would you
into
want
the
to,
loan
right?
and
Yep.
get yourself
You got to get Josh a new 4K, and so.
Yeah.
Visited our Sega friends over there, and I think we're going to look at getting a couple more Segas as well.
Is there anything you're not moving over that you're just getting new?
Like
benches?
Benches are all new.
All new.
But we did, so Rob, one of our service techs, he basically, him and Colin, they bought Husky benches because a lot of people like to be able to stand. So it's
you can crank.
That's
crank
it
up
now. Yeah.
So then basically they made modified Husky benches. So we're 3D printing our own vacuum chutes that can go pull the stuff into the vacuum. What am I trying to say?
The suction?
The suction unit.
Suction unit.
Yeah.
So the tube from the bench to the suction unit, you 3D printed that yourself?
Yeah, Colin's doing
That's
that. Yeah.
cool. I love being lab technicians. That's fantastic.
Why
Was that
did you
his
have
idea?
to do that?
Just so we could
make an angle.
Well, think about it. If the bench is going to rise and stuff, you have
to.
It's got to be able to have that accordion thing, and it's got to be able to get in.
So it's like
between
those
the
straws that.
Yes.
Yes, totally.
That is cool. What a great idea.
That's Colin.
Yeah. What else is exciting? You guys are gonna have CE area, a meeting room, all that.
1,200 square foot CE room that holds 38 people.
Damn.
So that's exciting.
We're going to have a little, call it lounge area or rec room. So it's just a open space with hopefully some games and ping pong. And
work-life balance and happy people. I'm telling you, they really like that nowadays. I love
cafeteria.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to push for a golf simulator.
his thing.
There you go.
We have a lot of people, though, who have really good, friendly competition throughout the lab, always doing some either jokes on each other or competing, do cook-offs and stuff. So it'll be a nice separate area that people can go and hang out.
Do your stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. It was funny when we were going through with the architects doing the plans in the back of the CE room. We're we want 100 outlets back there, and they're like, why? I'm like, because we do crazy potlucks in the
back.
Everybody's crock pot.
Yes,
That's
yes.
neat.
Yeah. So
You guys thought about your people all throughout.
Trying
That's great to hear.
How much of your design has changed during the process, or not? Because I could see how you get to do something, and then like halfway you're like, we need to.
We shifted our shade room.
Yeah.
That was the latest thing. We had shade room kind of up with our CE space, so then if we're doing classes, there's a chair and everything right there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But then once they looked at it again, it's like, nope, I want something with no windows, there's no reflections and things like that, and kind of shifted that down the hallway a little bit.
So your shade room has no window?
not anymore, no. So it's like an inside room now where
with color-corrected lights
exactly.
and all that.
We have color-corrected lights throughout the whole building, so that's exciting.
That's
so
important.
But yeah, they saw the concept and they're like, "Where are the walls?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't take shades. What do you need walls for? You got a gorgeous barber chair. It looks great. Here we go." And they're like, "We need walls.
We need more."
Yes. So we're like, "Okay, we'll move it. We'll move it."
You guys planning a big party when it opens?
Yes, we just don't know when exactly, because until it's all done, we're like, we don't know what's going to get delayed and stuff. So we're, and if it gets done right before summer, people's summers in Minnesota get so busy that it's like maybe looking at fall.
You only have 1 month to do everything.
That's correct.
Yeah, cram it all in. Yes.
That's something I don't know because, I live in Florida.
You guys barely made it here, right?
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I think we did 4 different flights before we landed on one that
me.
made it here. So
Wow.
just cancellations. They shifted our flight from like Wednesday to Thursday, and we're like, no. Shifted from Midway to O'Hare, but we got in.
Good for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
There was like 9.
That was tough.
There's like 9 pilots on our flight down here. So I think that's the only reason why they didn't cancel it was because they needed to move those canceled pilots to Chicago.
That's a good flight to be on. If anyone happens to
I felt very
lucky.
secure. Yeah,
yeah, they could step right in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They could just keep knocking them out. We'd still just keep running them in there.
Any worries about getting home?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Weather's
it
good
seems
now.
to be.
I have not looked at weather.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at anything since I've been here, except for this.
Yeah.
How's the traffic been here for you guys?
Oh, nonstop.
Busy.
Nonstop.
Literally.
That's awesome.
Every time I peek my head in, I'm like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just really neat. We're super grateful for everybody wearing our shirts and just all the support. And Ivoclar, of course, having us here. It's a great venue. And so, we feel really happy about everything. And
awesome.
I'll tell you what, we've had some great conversations. Everybody's just jazzed in the meeting, and you can feel the buzz in the air, and it's just cool.
I was going to say, when I went downstairs for the first time on Friday morning, the energy when
packed.
you came down was it came over you, like that feeling when you talk to someone who gives you that warm and fuzzy goosebump feeling, and you're like, whoa, it's back. Like we're back.
It's back even stronger.
Yes,
I think. I can't wait to hear the numbers.
Someone said over 7,000 or something.
Is it really? Is that what you heard?
I heard over 7,000.
Yeah. Last year, I don't even think it hit 2.
Can't wait to get out and see each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We're tired of being freaking at home and with a mask on and all that crazy stuff that we all went through the last couple years. So
it's all over now.
Yeah. Well, thank you for stopping by.
absolutely.
Thank you for wearing the shirts and all the support, and good luck on the building. God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
Appreciate
I
it.
hope it goes great.
You guys keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
We all
thank
love
you for
it.
doing
Thank
this.
you so
and
much.
Boosting up the
thank
industry.
you for your support.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you next year.
Yes,
Sounds
we
great.
will.
Yes.
Awesome.
Good.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Awesome. Thank you guys, Patrick, Jessica, Randi, and Scott, for coming to see us at the Ivoclar Ballroom at Lab Day Chicago. Patrick, I love hearing about how much Ivoclar values the customer and the emphasis that they put into the education as well as customer service. And I've been a customer for as long as I can remember, and it's definitely exactly how he says it is. So
Yeah, you're a fangirl, aren't you?
yeah, I am. Remember, they are about heart and not titles. I just saw something and I wrote it down the other day that said leadership is about action, not titles. So I really like that. So
I am still the supreme commander, though.
of course you are. Jessica sounds like she's absolutely killing it, and expect that she will be running a pretty decent sized lab pretty darn soon that services more than just the 7 offices in that group. And as always, Randi and Scott, shout out. It's always great to talk to you guys year after year, and your growth and success gives us hope in the industry and, of course, the power of family. We will see you both next year.
All right, everybody, that's all we got for you, and we will talk to you next week.
See ya.
Have a good one. Bye. Are you really?
No.
Oh.